So in this video, I want to talk to you about this feeling of being stuck and like you're not making any progress. For me, genuinely one of the hardest emotions to process, especially when you're pursuing a difficult goal. It's so easy for, results to maybe slow down, momentum to start slipping, and kind of get that lack of confidence where you tell yourself, like, so what if I miss one day or miss a week? Like, who's really going to care? And so in this video, I want to just share with you other areas where I get that winning feeling to give myself that boost that's needed to keep going. So I think as guys in general, bro, we innately have this feeling of obviously wanting to conquer, wanting to succeed in our missions and just drive forward. So when there's a lack of that, I think it's very easy to feel just like you're not the man, like you're not the guy. And what's really important to do in these moments is to find easy wins. And I genuinely think one of the easiest areas to do that as a guy is to go train. Hands down, whenever I've had a bad day in sales, or right now I'm in this season of trying to build an online audience, when there's days where I just feel like this is shit, it's so easy to go to the gym, go to Muay Thai, have a good, strong session, physically push myself and feel like the man there and carry that momentum into my day. Like I genuinely, that's one of the easiest cheat codes where if you feel like you're in a season of struggling right now, just physically challenge yourself. And I say training because there's not really much of there's no skill criteria for just training hard. Like any guy can do that and anyone feels good after a session of pushing themselves. And so even if it's literally as basic as going into the gym, just do a couple of sets of bench press and feeling like I'm the guy. Sometimes that's all you need to then get yourself into the sales office and smash that deal, to get yourself in front of the camera and give some advice, or to whatever it is. Go sweat it out, go feel like the man, and then pursue your path again. The next thing is I've genuinely lost count how many times tracking my journey has saved my whole mindset. I don't care if it's note taking, a video, or a voice note. I had this moment recently where I kind of stopped journaling. It's a habit that I sort of picked up for a bit and I stopped. But I opened my journal and saw a page from November where I clearly was in a season of, just not being on my shit, not pursuing my training, my sales, or this business that I want to build. And I read the page and it was genuinely hyping me up how from November to now, how much progress can be made. I think it was February, like ending of February when I read it. So that's what, 4 months where genuinely it felt like I was living like a different day-to-day version of myself. Also, there's going to be so many moments that you forget, bro. Like genuinely, I think there's such a beauty in being able to look back and like see the hardship that you've come from and where you're at now, or even seeing what you thought was hardship back then and what you're now having to deal with. Obviously, the idea is that your challenges never stop, but there will be a point where you've reached a level of success where you can't even really relate to those beginning days anymore. And so being able to have videos of that, have notes of that, voice notes, whatever it might be, just to see like, damn, like this is what I got myself to from back then. That feeling must give you a high like no other. So I think both to appreciate where you're currently at in the journey and also to look back and just appreciate what you've conquered, I think just makes tracking your journey a no-brainer. The last thing that I've had to do, and this is an ongoing process, is learning to obsess with the process and gamifying the process. One of the first pieces of advice you'll get in sales is it's a numbers game. Don't obsess over the outcome. And it's just genuinely timeless advice. Like you need to learn to focus on metrics that are in your control and making those metrics fun. You should be so much more focused on how many conversations or how many pitches you can make on a day-to-day basis, rather than, how many sales am I going to do today? Stop obsessing over your physique after every single workout and running straight to the mirror. This is what I'm having to remind myself on this online audience journey. Like if I was to be obsessed over the analytics, which is so easy to do, it's probably a fast track to just quitting this whole thing. And to add a layer on top of that is you can actually just gamify this whole thing. Like back in my sales job, we had this thing of, there was like an accolade for ringing the bell in the rain. Ringing the bell just basically meant like doing like 3 sales in a day. And so if you can do that when you're outdoors in the rain, there was a different type of source to you. So find ways to do that in your pursuit now. Get yourself to the gym when it's pissing it down in rain. Do a sale in the last hour of your day or in the first hour of your day. record a video like this on a Sunday night when you really don't feel like it. Gamify the process. Almost like when you're back in a kid, you get the little golden star, like, oh, well done. Give yourself that. Like, just take your focus away from being so attached to the outcome. Like, stop being so needy and ground yourself in the craft and the process, because if you're in it for the long haul, this is going to be the part that you need to master anyways. Just to round this off, bro, I totally appreciate, when you don't have that winning feeling behind you, when your confidence is taking a few jabs, it can feel so much more difficult to want to commit to the action in the same way, and quitting becomes more tempting than ever. And so especially in these moments, if you can just find other areas to get that winning feeling from, to actually reflect on your journey, how far you've already come, and to just gamify this whole journey anyways, because the journey, as cheesy as it is, genuinely is the reward. Like, you'll look back one day and think, oh man, like those beginning days of where I was just getting started, like they'll be so sweet to look back on. So just appreciate that this is all the journey. And yeah, as always, I hope it helps, bro. There'll be a link in my description for a community where like-minded people who just enjoy the self-development in the world of sales are going to connect. And yeah, maybe it's for you. But as always, God bless. Have a good day.